I'm going to talk about the Carbanak group. Now, I really want to talk to you guys about this group particularly because they target banks. These guys operate in 30 countries. They have hundreds of financial targets that are mainly banks, and just to date, they've currently stolen about $100 billion or $1 billion from financial institutions directly. If we go on to the next slide, I can sort of talk to you a little bit about where their targets are associated. A lot of them are in the United States, in Russia. Some of them are in Canada, Brazil, Australia. The Carbanak group is extremely sophisticated. The way that they sort of attack a bank is they target the employees first. And here you can see the outcome of what they do at the very end. They can literally get down to the sophistication of outputting money in an ATM at a given time, at any given location. So here we see an individual from the Carbanak group with a duffel bag, throwing millions into his bag. So we can go into the next slide. How the attack kind of works. So Kaspersky Lab, a cybersecurity firm, they kind of really diagnosed what was going on here. They got a call from a Ukrainian bank, and what they sort of saw was a spear phishing campaign. So a phishing campaign is just like, hey, I'm the prince of so-and-so, I have a whole bunch of money, like help me transfer this over to your bank account. That's just regular phishing. Spear phishing is, hey, I'm your boss, I hear you really want that raise. Can you just open up this document and sort of look at this report and help me out? And we'll talk about your salary bump in a couple of weeks. Spear phishing means they understand what you want, they understand who you are, where you work, so it's really targeted. So what the Carbanak group did was they actually did spear phishing campaigns through emails and infected Word documents to infect an individual's computer. And probably one of the most intelligent things that these guys did was once they infected a staff's computer, they actually sent out an email to the admin saying, hey, my computer's running a little slow, can you log on remotely to my computer and show me what's going on? So what they did was they actually got the admin account password because they installed a keylogger, which is just, it understands what kind of keystrokes are being typed on the keyboard, and they were in. And what they did afterwards was they kind of lied dormant afterwards. They installed video recording software onto most of the transaction software servers, and they started to understand how does the transaction system work, because every bank is a little bit different on how they process their transactions. So they would record, they would learn. That's why you kind of see the hacker with his little learning cap on there, and they would sort of mimic, once they decided, okay, today's going to be the day we cash out, they would mimic regular staff user accounts to make transactions to either money mules or using the international money transfer system SWIFT. They would actually transfer that over to foreign bank accounts and just move the money from there and just deposit it or withdraw it from ATMs. Probably the scariest thing about these guys is that they're still out there. Kaspersky Group did a huge piece on them trying to locate who they are, where they're coming from. We pretty much know that they're international, and there's a 2.0 version of them coming out, and we're seeing a different sort of set of malware coming out, and Canada is a huge target. So these are things that we have to kind of watch out for. Go on to the next slide. So what are some ways that we can protect against these hacker groups like the Carbanak? I have here on the slide 3 ways that we can kind of help protect ourselves and the company that we work for. The first one here is verify the email links and attachments. When you see a link on an email, it's really easy for you to actually find out where that link is going by hovering over it. Because I can actually mask that link right there to say anything in an HTML email, by hovering over it, it'll tell you the exact source of where that's going. You can even do that for images as well. The second one is critical thinking. Spear phishing inherently tries to bypass your critical thinking part in your brain. It tries to give you either the fight or flight fight or flight response. So if you ever see an email and you're just like overwhelmed with how excited you are about it, take a step back. Don't action anything. Read it again, find out what's going on. Did you expect this email? Verify it from other sources. It's really crucial that we sort of apply critical thinking to all those things that astonish us on the internet. A lot of hackers like to utilize global sort of crises like tsunamis and earthquakes, and they'll say, hey, here's the latest footage of the earthquake that happened in India. Take a look. It pulls at our heartstrings. We got to sort of slow that down. The third one, this one's kind of going towards the IT system administrators. We got to upgrade our stuff. If their Carbanak group tried to send out an email attachment with a Word document that was infected, but we just happened to upgrade Office to the latest version that doesn't allow that infected malware to even be there in the first place, the hacks would never happen. Now, I have a picture there with a button that says upgrade. I'm pretty sure a lot of people wish that it was that easy to upgrade our system, but unfortunately we have to be vigilant with how these versions roll out, and we have to really test out what we're putting in our networks. All right, I think that's it. Any questions?